Okay, hi everyone. So in this video, I will give you some guide on how to reset the Visual Manager root password. Uh, you can also use this to reset any other Linux password like mistake. Okay, let's say you have at the moment you don't have correct password to log in like this one, you will get some error like this. So before we start, make sure you have some snapshot of this VM here. Make sure you have a snapshot because on the customer production environment, it is critical to have snapshot of backup. So after you have a snapshot, so you need to open the controller. It depends. Sometimes you can choose the right controller, or if customer have VMware remote controller like this one, you can open from that. So for me, for this video, I have opened a web controller here. So you can see something new from here. We have VMware tool is running here. So that why from action, from power, we can see something like restart VxOS. We should do this. I mean, we should choose to restart from VxOS like this one. Why? Because it will send the reboot command to the OS here, I mean the Linux OS here, and the Linux OS will restart the service for you. So we don't have any concern about file system corruption. That's a note here. Be careful here because at the moment many partition have been mounted over there, so we should not select this one. Let me try something here. Okay, let's see if we have any uh let's see we try to message. Okay, we don't have message here. Now I will reboot the OS here. I mean the virtual machine. So from here, when it's booting up, you need to select a menu to edit. So as usual, the up and down, we have two menus here. The first one is the default one. If no other option is selected, it will be pushed. Okay, so the second one is the sub menu. Inside this menu, we have some other option here. So for this type, you can select either one of them. But for me, I will select the default one. Press E here. You can see press E here to edit. So from here, you can see the OS like this one. So this one is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 12 Service Pack 5. So this means Visual 4.7 or something. For Visual 7 or something, we have SUSE Linux Enterprise 15, not 12 anymore. So use the down button to go down here. Just scroll down and look for a light start with Linux like this one. So you need to add something here. How to go to very end? So this line here, this line is very long. the line very long. Is you can see up to 3 line in here. So how to go to the end? Press Ctrl E to go to end. So if you press Ctrl A, go to the very first, like here, right here, very first. So if you press Ctrl E, let's try again here on the same line. If you go here, so if you press Ctrl E, it go to the end in the same line here. So you need to add something here. So in this case, we need to have some cell, some command line to use. So that's why we change the default init process to something else. In this one, we can select any cell here. Let add it or but or ZS or fits. Many other, but for the default, we will select back because back is everywhere. Almost every Linux OS has back, so you can remove something like this one, or you can just let it be. So for me, I will remove some option to get some more detail on the boot. Now I will control H to boot up, or you can press F10. Now the OS has booted up. Is boot a necessary service like this one, UDAV, UDEV here, and some other module above. We can see systemd here, but the systemd will not be start up because now we select the init process is batch, not no more systemd. So from here you can change the password, but not but actually we will get something else. But I just want to show you. Okay, so let's say from here if you want to try to change the password, right? Because okay, let's check first. What is the current user? So for this, the OS boot and log in directly to the root user. Here, this one, this hash mean a root, a super user. Or to confirm, you can check who am I root. Right? From here, root can do anything. So because we want to change root password, we will try this only. If you want to change other user, let's say Mystic, you need to try something like this one. It will show you new password for Mystic, but okay, I will cancel this one. Okay. Now I will try again for root user. Let's say here we're getting some error, right? Here, let's say you change we input some password you want. Here we do see some errors here. Not really some errors, but some information. Password is the command we use here, and authentication token lock and busy. That's why the password unchanged. So why this happen? Why? Any answer for now? Okay. So to find why this, we need to get some more detail. So when you run this command, it will show up every mile point, every partition has been marked here. So you can see the more important here is the root partition. Here you can see a little different here. So the root is this guy. Sorry, this one equals the root. So we have this partition at D3. At D3 here, it's mount to root, add 83, 83 file system. So 83 to compare is something NTFS on Windows, something like that. So it could be 84, could be yet FH, could be something else. But for this OS, people use 83. I mean the one who made this OS to say 83. Okay, and the more important thing we need to care about here, and this is RO here. So RO means read only. So that's why we cannot do anything on this file system because this needs only, this read only. So let's try to write something here. As you can see, cannot create a new file because the file system is read only. So how to change this? So to make any change, you need to ensure that the root partition has a read and write. So to do this, you need to remount this partition with some other option. Okay, let's do this. We use the mount O mean option. Can help. Okay, sorry. Hmm. Here, O mean option list here for the mount. So let's do again. O remount. Why? Because the root file system, the root partition have been mount. So we just want to remount with some new option. We don't want to remove it and mount it again. It is not possible to remove it. To unmount it because we are using the root here. I mean the root file system here. We are on that file system. We cannot remove that one for now. So we just remove it. Here meaning read and write. So from here we can input something like file system here, 83 or 84. But for this case we don't need because the OS will will detect it automatically. No worry. So to input the mount point here, it could be root, could be home, it could be something else. But here at the moment on this case, we need to remove the root. So you input / like this one. / means root. Okay, enter. We will get some information here. Remount this here. Okay, it's 84 file system. It's okay. 83 and 84 is almost the same. Not exactly the same, but they can work together. So let's try again. The mouse at these are 3, right? So now we see something. Oh, everything look the same except this one. No more read only. Now is read one. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Now we try to create a new file here. ABC. Yes, it worked. The ABC is work. Okay, I will remove this file because we don't want that file actually. Now go ahead and change the password. Again, we can set something like this one, but because we want to change the root password only, and currently we are using the root password, so just enter password here, key in the password carefully. Okay, now the password is updated successfully. How to confirm if the password works? So you go to some other user, let's say mistake here. Okay, now we are we are logging as message here. So from should you go to other user, you no need to input other user password because you are super user. You can go anywhere, you can do anywhere with you. I mean, you can do anything with you. You can be anyone with you. That the power of root on Linux, not the same like administrator on Windows. We have some limitation, but for root on Linux, you can do anything. So anytime you go to root, be careful. Root in this case is the user root, not the partition. Okay, let's say at the moment yeah we have login as mistake, which adds you equal to street user. It's not super user. It is to this command it mean to switch user. So we switch from root to mystic. Now from mystic we switch to root. So from a normal user, if you want to switch to root, you need to input root password. So key in the new password here. Okay, it works. So this to confirm that your password is correct, is working. So now you can reboot from here or you can exit from here. So when you exit from root, it go back to mystic, and you exit from mystic, it go back to root. That's why because we are from root, we switch user to mystic, and from mystic switch user one more time, go to root. So to test password, now we exit from root, it go back to mystic, and we exit from mystic, it go back to root. That is, but now we need to reboot the virtual machine. And how to reboot that one? Sometimes we just simply send control and delete a command here. The VM will boot. This very depend on what the VM is being configured. So for SUSE Linux, sometimes we press this one, it do not work because something have been configured actually. So the other option here to go here, you can see VMware tool is not running here. It's not running, so that's why from power menu we don't have something like something related to get OS here because why? VMware tool is not running, you cannot send any command to wet OS. Why VM tool is not running? Because the virtual manager OS is now run in a recover mode, so very low level mode here. We don't have other service running, so that's why um we don't have VM2 here. So not only that, many service is not running here. From here you can see we don't have any network interface. We only have local here, the loop one. We don't have uh, internet one, internet zero. No, we don't have. We call the network module, kernel module. It's not lost. Okay, and the same. So let's try to run something like this one. So this is not VMware Maven not running. But even the system D, I mean system control here, from system D not running. So this is the init system. So for this, we need to reboot the VM to return to normal boot mode. So before that, we can simply go here, power and reset. But to be uh, to avoid some file system corrupt, so I try to read something like this one. Okay, go back here. So we have mounted that file system which reads write. Now we remount it with some other option, uh, return it to read only. Okay, so let's check again. Okay, so I think we need to we cannot change from read write to read only, but let's try to unmount this one. Okay, it did not work. That means we cannot remount. Okay, it work now. So you can try when we try to unmount that partition, that's mount point. People call this a mount point, not driver D or E, just like window or not partition. It's mount point here. So after this, now we can reboot the VM. Okay, it boot up. We had about 8 or 10 seconds to change this one. We don't change anything. Just let it boot up. Okay. Now we will try to log in from UI here. It worked. That means we have successfully changed the password. Okay, that's all. We have finished. So I just want to share something related to this. So where the init come from? Here, we have Linux kernel here. Here's many uh options you can input. You can key in. So to let the kernel to boot. Here's one option. You see that under the Linux line we have something like this one. I will show you again. Here, as you can see, so we have Linux here and we have init here. Here, this is the one. So last time we used this one. So we run a sum process to replace the default one here. So that process is being back. Something different between bean and add bean here. So you can learn this about it later when you go to Linux journey. Or you can go here. There's some more explain here. So at the moment, this OS is using system D. So we replace the system D with something called bat, the the bat shell. That is. I hope this helped. Thank you.